Ready? Okay, half a day and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Payless in Mighty's Edu Kitchen. And today, as part of Earth Month, we are doing a series of workshops, and this is our second of the series of 4. And we want to thank the Guam Green Growth people here today from UOG. We have Abby and we have Joey, and I'll go ahead and I'll let them introduce themselves and why they're here.
Half a day again. My name is Joseph Certeza.
And I'm Abby Crane.
And we're part of the Guam Green Growth Makerspace and Innovation Hub located at the Chamorro Village. What we have here for you today is some simple items that you can do in your daily home just to be more sustainable. But the first thing before we get into these awesome items, we want to teach you a little bit about circular economy. A little bit about circular economy is that today we on Guam live in a very linear-based economy where a lot of our products are created, shipped to the island, and then go straight to the landfill, and that's all it does. But in circular economy, what we want to present to our community is that when we create products, we don't think about it going to the waste, to the dumps. We want to give ideas to our community where we can take the waste and give it a second life, because we think that it's a valuable resource and it's a material that we need to utilize instead of it going to our dumps and hindering our island and the beautiful nature that we live in today. So that being said, so that's something to keep in mind when it comes to circular economy. But now let's get into the items. So we have about 3 items that we would love to introduce to you today. The first item will be, oftentimes we have a lot of rice bags. So what do we do with them? So this is some examples of rice bags that we get. And the jasmine Thai rice, or you have the typical Calrose Pacific rice. But we also were able to collect and collaborate with other businesses on Guam other than Payless. We got to collaborate with Carabao Brewery, which we were able to get their malt bags. And we're going to be collaborating with other breweries like Atigu as well. But what do we do with this? This is going to the dump. This is nice plastic. If you feel it, it's really thick. So we can actually make something with it. So we have a couple of ideas to share with you all. The first idea is that you can take your bags, after you clean it, you can cut it up. For instance, where's our scissors? Oh, thank you very much. Take our scissors. And we're going to cut up these bags to make, different pieces for, what we can make. So, you can cut it up. And given the fact that we are, just doing this with you folks online, we're going to take a lot of shortcuts. So we'll do the cutting with you at least. So what we can do is take a nice strip of our malt bags, and we can cut it into 2 parts. And what we would do at our store, and one of the coolest things about our Innovation Hub and Makerspace is that we actually offer classes. And you can find that on Eventbrite if you go to the Guam Green Growth tab. But yeah, so.
Also on IG on our website.
Oh yeah, thank you, Abby. Yeah, if you go on our Guam Green Growth Instagram page, you can find more information and click the link to our website as well. Oh yeah, for the more workshops.
Okay.
So yeah, what do we do with these, Abby? So we take our 2 sheets and what can we create?
We make pouches, and so what we do is we add, we would typically use a sewing machine, but you can also, for thinner plastics, you can probably fuse them together, which is basically ironing the edges together, so it's a no-sew project.
Yeah.
But this, because it's such a strong textile and a lot of the rice sacks are like really perfect to continue another life and make a whole nother product from, we would sew. And so we would have a zipper or even a Velcro, and you would they would be perfectly square to each other, and then we would sew a 1/2 inch around them. And then there would be a little lip on the top where we would put a Velcro, and then that would close. Or we also allow for a zipper, which is a more complicated technique, which we also teach at our workshops. Joey is an expert at putting in zippers, so yeah. So we would sew it. I'll show you the reverse way here. So we would sew the 2 plastics together. Here you go, around, and then sew in a zipper. And then when you reverse it out, you actually have a zipper pouch, and this can be used for snacks, treats. You have the option of Velcro if sewing's a little bit more challenging for you, and bikini bags because they're waterproof.
Correct.
I mean, so many different uses for it, but you get a whole nother product from something that would have ended up being thrown away. So
we want to solve the issues of plastic being put into our dumps, and this is one solution that you can do to make our island a lot better and make our community at the forefront of sustainability. But this is not the only thing you can make with these bags.
So like, for example, these rice bags already have handles built into them, and you could even cut down here and then re-sew it into like a cute little lunch bag, or even like I would use this as a purse with the logo of the Jasmine Phoenix in there. But it's just a nice way to still be sustainable and have something cute. But we did that with these malt bags, another experiment that we had a chance to do. If you have an old leather belt or old leather strapping, you could use that as your straps here. I happen to have some leather lying around, old leather straps, and we turned it into a tote. So we did the same thing on a bigger scale for this, and we sewed around the edges and then attached the two straps. You could do that with an old belt or any kind of strapping, and we turned this into a tote. So this is our grocery tote. We can put our Payless groceries in here and be eco-friendly.
And you can also insert your zipper pouch into your eco-friendly pouch tote bag as well.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's totally awesome. And how much did it cost us? It probably cost us almost to nothing. It's all it costs us is the time and our creative energy to make it happen for ourselves. And that's what our community needs to do. To be more conscious, be more proactive. That's the only way we're going to get through the sustainability and be at the forefront. But let us introduce you a little bit more of the products that you can do at your home. Next, we're going to think about food packaging. Oh, let's do a question.
Take questions on these plastics.
Yes.
So if are there other types of, just any kind of plastic we can use so long as they're durable? Because, if I don't eat rice, how else?
Actually, that's a good question. One other plastic that we actually been doing, Guam on January 1st of 2022 already instated its first plastic bag ban. And a lot of our grocery stores have been really proactive and being at the forefront when it was time, and that's crucial. So thank you, Payless, thank you, 7 Day, and thank you all of our grocery stores for doing this. It's going to help out our island. But what do we do with all that plastic bags? So one other thing that we were able to do was that we were able to fuse the plastic bags together to make a nice textile. But I think that would be great for another workshop.
Yeah.
So we would love to teach you more, but Eventbrite, Guam Green Growth, you can learn about plastic bag fusing, so you can check it out.
Yeah.
So that would be an answer to that question, actually. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Nothing on the Facebook Live? Okay, let's get moving.
Okay.
So another big issue we face on Guam is that we have so much clothes on island, right, Abby?
Everywhere. Textiles is like probably, other than plastic, like the other big waste problem from the fast fashion industry.
Yeah.
So what do you do? We can donate clothes. Some people use them for rags. Like my mom used to cut up everything and use it for rags. But another cool idea that Joey thought of.
Yeah, dads and grandpas have so many Hawaiian print shirts, and it's excessive. And it's to the point where we just want to toss them away because they need new ones, right? So we can do something with those old shirts. And of course, you can think of other ideas, so many things to sew. But let us show you something that's quite easy. All you need is a shirt and a pair of scissors.
And it doesn't have to be a dress shirt. This will even work with like a t-shirt, as long as it's a woven fabric and not a stretchy fabric.
Yeah. So it has to be woven again. And you have dresses, you have curtains. You can easily do that with a lot of that stuff. So, but to do so, we're going to make a food wrapper out of the clothes of our dad and our grandpa's shirts. So.
It can even be used for other stuff too.
That is right. And
gift
we will.
wrapping.
Ooh, that's right, because our holiday season is almost around the corner at the end of the year, actually.
Mother's Day gifts.
Or birthdays, or graduations too. So it's easy applicable, or or your kids need to go to school and you need to wrap it up, the lunch pails. So it's alternative. So we can cut up our shirts. Sorry with the extra sounds. So we're gonna cut up Dad's shirt because Dad doesn't need it. He needs new ones. And we need to. This is pretty cool looking, fashion forward, trendy, cool styles. Especially if you have really cool shirts.
That don't fit you anymore. Maybe you lost weight. Maybe you gained
maybe
weight,
lost
you
weight.
got the COVID-19.
Yeah, exactly. That COVID.
Pounds on and can't fit that shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So ideally, you really want it to be as squared as possible. So this is what I would do. I would fold it a number of times so I can get equal corners. But I also want to make sure I get the short side so I know what I'm cutting and I'm doing it right.
Good job, Joey.
Oh, thank you. So I just want to make sure this food wrap is even corners. So I'm just being a little bit extra. If you guys are interested in what this is exactly, has been influenced to us by the Japanese culture. It's called furoshiki wraps. It's commonly used in Japan, and we thought it might be amazing to bring it to Guam.
Just an idea to make with your old clothes.
Yeah, and it's 100% sustainable.
So they typically use like fancy, nice scarves that could be used. But if you don't have a lunch bag, you can. So these are our Tupperwares.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have food containers for our
Containers,
kids.
yeah.
Or, we got to go to work.
You
We don't know what to do to wrap it. We don't have a plastic bag because we don't want to use plastic bags. Let's just use these. So, you can fold it up, look nice. There's multiple ways of doing this, and this is the fun part, though. You get to be creative, and how do you wrap it up really cool, your own self. But this is how we were able to learn about it. We folded it, made sure the two sides were able to come together. You can carry it just like this.
Carry your lunch.
Or you can have it like this and insert it inside our amazing reusable tote bag.
Take our lunch to go. We're having a
Hey,
picnic.
pack my lunch please
There
too.
you go.
Thank you.
And the cool part is that this can, it's washable, but not only that, like when you eat your lunch, you have a built-in placemat and napkin.
Yeah. No, but if you really think about it, this is,
How they
using your
used to
means.
wrap their,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make use of what we have, and that's how our ancestors have always done it. We always try to think about zero waste is what our ancestors always taught. They always use every single thing. When you look at, processing a meat, nothing was wasted. So doing this is also that same concept. Nothing will be wasted. We can totally take the scraps of our dad's shirts, use it as a material to stuff pillows, especially when we cut it up in finer pieces.
And it's just a nice way to have like your favorite piece still be in view in circulation. Like I have favorite dresses that I don't fit anymore, but it's just nice to see it and then still have that print be visible, or it has maybe a sentimental value to you. You can use it in another way and not like it doesn't have to be a hand-me-down, or if it has holes already, it could just be used for something like that and cut around the holes. So it's a nice way to just keep your favorite pieces with you just in another way.
Correct. And other than it being serving for us, you can even use it as a gift. When it's someone's birthday, you can give them nice furoshiki wraps that you were able to upcycle, a bag that you were able to make yourself, and the sentimental value of it being made by your own hands is something that's also circular economy as well.
Or even at Christmas time, if you would want to use old t-shirts and re-dye them again and make them something different, it's just a nice way to give that personal touch, right?
Yeah. And that's something I know I would do.
Wrapping gifts like that.
I would always
do
dye
that
myself.
this year.
Well, I'm going to look forward to my Christmas gift soon enough.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so any other questions now that we've brought to you a second thing that you can do to be more sustainable? Any other questions?
So that's why you shouldn't use the stretchable one. Right?
Yeah, because it will fray. But you know, you could take this further, and you could even sew the edges down. There's also at a lot of craft stores, they have like a binding that you could put, and it's called witch hazel, and you could just iron it on. They use it for like the base of curtains so that you don't have to sew them up. So you can use that for the corners. But also they have pinking shears, which are the jagged edge scissors, which keep fabric from fraying as well. So you could do that, and it actually looks really cool because it has like that zigzag edge.
Yeah.
So yeah. And you can do them in all different sizes. You can do this for your makeup. You can do it, I mean, the possibilities are limitless.
And that's what makes Futoshiki wraps so phenomenal and really sustainable. So yeah. So that's the third product that we were able to share with you folks. So I hope you guys are latching onto these ideas. I hope you are brainstorming and conspiring these ideas for yourself and your families. But I think we have a couple more things that we might be able to inspire you when we think about circular economy. Okay, so we're going to our next item.
Okay.
May we be able to acquire this next item? Okay. So one of the biggest things on this island is that we have so much bamboo. We have so much bamboos in the rivers, we have so much bamboos flowing through the rivers, and we have so much bamboo going out to the ocean. What is it doing to our ecosystem? It is clogging our ocean. It is covering our corals from being able to thrive. And when corals thrive, fishes thrive. So one thing we want to introduce to you is how do we create something with bamboo? Bamboo is an invasive species on island, and it's all over the place. It is one of the most fastest growing grasses in our planet, averaging a couple, good number of inches every day. So that being said, you know, we need to solve the issue of bamboo here on this island, and we need a community support to do that. It doesn't, we have a couple partners already trying to solve the issue, such as Department of Agricultural Forestry with Chief Christine Santos, who has been engaging in some of the efforts to turn bamboo into biochar, which is one great solution. But here at the Guam Makerspace and Innovation Hub, we have another idea that we would love to share with all of you on the Facebook community. So we have taken bamboo, we have cut it down from some of our rivers, and we have allowed it to dry out just a bit. And what we're going to do today is show you how we were able to process the bamboo down to smaller items such as votives for candles. We have some jewelry pieces such as bangles, as well as what Abby is holding,
Earrings.
some fancy earrings. Y'all ladies know you're loving these earrings already, especially when it has a little shell by Blue Latitude.
Here's the bangles.
One of the coolest things about our Innovation Hub Makerspace, we have workshops that teaches you how to wood burn onto these amazing bamboo items. So other than hopping on one of our workshops, maybe we will let you burn today. Maybe you can be our guinea pig to burn something. So we might be blessed with one of Payless's amazing employees to be a part of today's little workshop. But let us show you how to process the bamboo before anything.
Okay.
But yeah, so we cut down bamboo. We like to try and go for the bigger bamboo, have a larger radius, especially when we think about bangles and for vases, because we want to make sure these bangles can fit on a human hand. If it's too small, then sorry ladies, it's just for the kids. But yeah, so you want to continue?
These are nice, simple gifts. I think when you go to like Chamorro Village or other places, sometimes they have you know, these very budget-friendly pieces, but they're not made in Guam. They're like made in China. And so these are bamboo pieces that, you know, you could do this from home and make nice, this is bamboo from Guam, and you can put your own design and personalized touch and give them as gifts, and they're truly like a product from Guam. So we're gonna do, oh, Joey, show them how to cut, how we split the bamboo.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show them that. Thank you, Abby. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were able to use a handsaw to cut down bamboo, do not use a chainsaw. Trust me, it is not fun. It is really hard, but using a handsaw does the job simple. Yeah. So after we cut down the bamboo, we cut it in nice pieces so we can easily process it. What we like to do is cut it in equal parts. We're at the nodes. The nodes, remember these are nodes? Thank you for teaching me. But yeah, so we cut them at the nodes so we can easily process and took them into our bandsaw.
Okay.
And we're able to cut it down into bangles and to votives.
Right. Also for the smaller bandwidth.
And for the smaller bamboos, so we don't waste the larger pieces because when you get to the top, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So, you know, we can make the earrings. Got you. Not wasting, promise. But other than that, we also were able to cut it into smaller pieces so that, you know, we can make, what do we call it? Shingles. We call it shingles.
We call it shingles.
Yeah, we totally call it shingles, but little small plates that we can prepare it for earrings, because like little rectangles, you know. Yeah. Got it, got it. But after that's done, we also like try and smoothen out the inside because it's very fibrous.
Yeah. And from here, you can also, I mean, really the products you can make are limitless. Like you can make a ladle or a spoon or something from this at this stage, you know. And when we have our workshops, we really try, we have these pre-cut, but we really try to give our users and our members freedom to really kind of get innovative with it, come up with a new product. And, you know, maybe that can be something that can be something that they can test at our space and maybe sell as a future Guam product, you know? So.
And that's what we're always trying to inspire in our community. For you to have the idea and for you to be able to sell it with us at our Makerspace Innovation Hub store. But let's get back into the product that we're trying to make with you folks. Okay, thank you. After we cut this, we can easily acquire and purchase a nice wood burner that can be easily purchased at Benson's, at your local hardware store, your local crafting store, especially if you're in the States. Check out Joann's or Michael's. Those are my favorite spots. So,
Home
yeah, Home Depot. But yeah, so when you plug this in, you need to wait for this to heat up because it takes time. But after, let's say, 3 minutes, it's ready to be used. Yeah.
Yours is blank.
So mine is blank. So let's go take a close-up look now. So, to keep in mind, this is really hot. You do not want to touch any other person because it will cause blisters. So using, when you have fun with this, you'll learn the tips, what to do. So I'm just going to use a very tip to make a nice line so everyone can see it burn. You know, when it comes to this part, it's really experimental. It's trial and error. And when it's trial and error, the main thing of trial and error is that you better have fun. If you don't have fun, then it's not really art, I think. But you know, you want it really hot. And I'm going to use the line to see if it can make, ooh, nice line work now. See, it's very getting darker. And with wood burning, knowing that this is hot and you apply it to the surface, it will burn for a certain time period because it's heat. But when you apply it to the surface, it will only burn for, let's say, 3 or 5 seconds. Then you have to let it release so that it'll get hot again and you can make another line. Precision, but then again, don't take my artistry as defeat because, yeah, I'm not an artist, so don't hurt yourself for
those
that.
lines are real.
Yeah, these lines are quite good for an angle.
This is artist line.
Are those wood burners expensive?
No, they range, honestly, $20 to $30. I mean,
These are
and
really
this is a
awesome.
kit that has multiple tips. I mean, if you don't even get the multiple tips one, it's maybe even under $20.
So we can have fun like this. We can make this bangle look like this earring. So, you know.
This design or this bangle.
Or, you know, folks can do their own styles. I'm an
You
artist.
can make a candle holder, do it on a candle holder or anything. Even
Let's zoom out real quick and let's see. We can do it on this too. We can burn this and make cool designs. But yeah, so, you know, that's what we can that's what we can do. And it's a simple thing. With all the design work, you can make your own home aesthetically fashionable, trendy. But it's all about you as an individual to make it happen for yourself.
Joey, you said that bamboo is an invasive species?
Yeah, bamboo is an invasive species on Guam because of what it does is that it primarily grows around our river systems. And as it, when it's heavy rains, oftentimes the waters allow the bamboos to break away. And when it breaks away, it clogs the rivers. But when it breaks away, it takes a huge chunk of the earth that's on the riverside away, causing a landslide, causing erosion to create sediment over our corals, thus blocking the sunlight for our corals, thus decimating our fish populations on island.
And they only grow in like swamp areas?
They grow around river systems, heavy, really moist areas. So like even at your homes, if you have piping and there's bamboo growing, you would want to address that bamboo ASAP because the bamboo will grow into your piping. So that's how invasive bamboo is. And these are the solutions that we want our community to think about so that we as a community can solve the issue of this invasive species.
Yeah. They grow in bunches too, and they really grow so fast. So it's like, even if you cut it down, you'll notice that the grove will keep growing back again really quick. So that's kind of, it's just so fast, it's hard to keep up with.
It's a renewable resource is another way of looking at it. It renews itself. It doesn't need much human support. That's why bamboo is an amazing resource that we should utilize here on this island.
Yeah.
So it takes the community to make the solutions, and we in Guam Green Growth want to support the solutions and help cultivate those ideas with our community as well to bring that circular economy aspect. So yeah. So she made an amazing design.
Simple, and you can go as complicated or as simple as you want.
Yeah. Don't give me that because I might do like a portrait or something, but that'll take time.
Full landscape.
Full
Those
landscape.
are sanded down, right?
Yes, we sanded, this one has the outside layer on. These ones we sanded down just because they were still moist and for the purpose of drying in so that it would burn for this purpose. We did that, yeah.
How do you become a maker at the Makerspace?
Oh, that's a great question. So how do you become a member and a maker at the Guam Makerspace Innovation Hub? Right now, what we do have is that we do have memberships. We have memberships that are on a monthly basis, which usually cost around $50. Then we also have memberships at an annual fee of $400. Both of these memberships allow you as a member to first get safety training. Then if you would like to utilize any of our amazing machines, such as a CNC laser machine, a CNC metal mill, a CNC router, you will get trained in those softwares. But that's not all. We have 3 different types of 3D printers. We have a terracotta 3D printer, we have a plastic filament 3D printer, and we also have a resin 3D printer.
On top of all the hand tools and workshop tools that you would find.
Exactly. And before you utilize any of those machinery or tools, we're going to make sure you're trained with all the safety protocols, as well as given the opportunity to get trained on the software so that you can do it yourself rather than having us to do it for you. Yes, you have a question. Thank you.
As a member, you have the opportunity to utilize this space whenever you're open, or do you have to make an appointment for it? Or?
There's a booking site, so you would just schedule slots to use the makerspace or the rooms if you needed to, and that's given to members upon registering.
Yeah.
Is that Makerspace at Chamorro Village, correct?
It's at Chamorro Village. It's comprised of 3 buildings, so we have a hub and a store, so that's basically it's like a classroom and a green store. And we have another house which is dedicated to plastic recycling and our precious plastics machines. So we actually accept plastic donations there, and then we process the plastic down. So we cut them up and then they get shredded down. And then we have basically flakes of plastic, and then those get remelted down into new products. And then we have our third house, which is the industrial house that Joey spoke about, which has all the fancy gadgets and tools and kind of really like any artisan or maker's kind of dream house, because
It is.
I mean, and the thing that's really unique about it is this is Guam's first makerspace. And not only that, it really gives people who have always had that idea like, oh, I want to make this and I want to do this, but never had the ability to spend thousands of dollars on a laser cutter or thousands of dollars on a CNC cutter. This is a nice way to like do the trial and error or the prototyping for your product and kind of flesh out all those business ideas and really get you the hands-on and develop the prototype before really diving into a business.
Yeah.
So it's a nice way to experiment before you're purchasing all the equipment and really kind of jumping into that business without trying the stuff first. So it's a nice way to try all the stuff without paying that overhead.
Correct.
So without being a member, can someone just come in and walk in and pay a fee to try it out, or do they have to?
We encourage membership, but there are, you can do it as a walk-in. The prices for the classes and certification are higher. So as a member, the savings is almost 50% or more. So
Correct.
it makes sense. And the membership is really month to month. For now, we're doing a month to month basis, or you could do an annual membership. So it's really nominal in comparison to other maker spaces in the States and other places. Their fees are, I mean, what we're offering even as our $50 a month is like so low in comparison
Correct.
to other maker spaces. So, I mean, you know, just save on that, forgo that one dinner out or that one happy hour and invest in yourself and, you know, like take the time
Correct.
to really learn a new skill or learn how to operate new tools. And we encourage the women to come down too. We also have classes that we'll have available for women to learn how to use these power tools and really, you know, feel comfortable in that type of workspace. So it's really for everyone, and we really want to encourage as many people to really come down to Chamorro Village and explore and see if it's a fit for you. Children, we have workshops and we do allow teenagers with the supervision of a parent. And we've had that question several times, in fact, in the last month, because it's summer break and, you know, right now we do not allow children just because of the safety hazards and kind of the liability, because obviously in our workshop, there's a lot of sharp objects and high price ticket item machines that, you know, yeah, so for that space, no, but we have been, a lot of people have approached us, and so we are at the drawing board thinking of kind of options for summer, because we do know that there will be families and kids home, and so we want to offer at least some of our simpler workshops for family settings.
Yeah, and if anything, please just send us an email at the Guam Green Growth Makerspace and Innovation Hub if you're interested to have you and your kids come and do a workshop with us. And that will be also another great step, just to send us an email, initiate the conversation, and
send it to guamgreengrowth@outlook.com or mogolm@triton.eog.edu. Or you can always call us. Our number is 671-475-0161, 62 and 63. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for those questions. Those are great questions.
Anybody else have any other questions? No? Are there any other products that you guys are going to show, or did?
Right now, this is a great teaser for our education at Payless. But, you know, if you are very interested in knowing more about us, you know, check us at our Instagram page for our website, check out our workshops, or come visit us at our space so that we can show you what we really can do with you and with our community as well. So.
And again, this is all appointment based, right? You have to just sign up on your website or Eventbrite.
Well, they can show up at Chamorro. For the workshops, do need to have a appointment, just because for, you know, the climate and COVID, still we try to keep our class small and safe. So they do need to make an appointment on Eventbrite or through our Instagram page. And then for the slots for membership, you can come in and walk through, and we can sign up any member at the store at Chamorro Village.
What's your hours?
Oh yeah, our hours. Actually, we are open at Chamorro Village from 11 to 5 p.m. from Tuesdays to Saturdays.
Even on Saturdays.
Yes, because we feel like a lot of our makers will have more time on a weekend.
That's when they have
So,
free time to work on
we will
projects.
make sure we're available for that time period as well. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you again. And just as a wrap up, I want to thank, of course, Guam Green Growth and all the great things that they're doing to help us be more circular rather than linear. Go and see their shop down the Makerspace down at the Chamorro Village, or just give them a call or send them an email, and they'll be able to answer all your questions. So thank you again to Joey, to Abby. We got Jordan over here who was helping, right, and then Miracle over here from the OG's Guam Green Growth. We're celebrating Earth Month here at Payless for the whole entire month of April. Next week, Friday, you'll be able to join us for another workshop here at MIT Education. Thank you for joining us here today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for watching.